Okay, hello everyone, welcome to Greenskin Gaming Saturday Greenskin Gaming podcast Saturday session number 4, I believe. And hold up, I am not streaming on Discord, so let's do that first.
Just about to say that.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not a professional or anything. Okay. Everything should be good.
Yeah.
He's had a nice nap. He's awake and ready to go. So let's
Yes.
start us off with Portugal, as we are wont to do. And things don't look too great right now. What's happening? I guess. I mean, okay, and he's still in his bankruptcy for 3 years, so he just went bankrupt. So I assume that was because of whatever the hell was happening in this area of the world. It seems to have been resolved, and Majapahit seems to have taken the win. So, I guess looking at Portugal, I guess not. Doesn't seem like too much has really changed. Because he's got his colony going fully up and loaded. He's moving into what is it? The U.S. area, 13 colonies to get a colony there. As the England player is gone, there's no one else really competing with him for.
Is Portugal having a colonial player?
I am not completely sure. But
Brazil is Portuguese, right?
No, Brazil is Sokoto.
So Portugal probably doesn't have one yet.
Yes, I think we don't have that many colonial players going about, so I think it's just an empty player. So Portugal not really looking too hot without colonial players to make you strong.
Yeah.
Although got a fairly respectable force limit and low manpower pool for now. Cash isn't doing too bad, all things considered. He does have the majority of Seville trade, which is a little bit richer than I thought it would be, especially since he does, he's steering some from ivory, but not as much as a typical strong Portugal with all these trading places.
It's also with colonial players who would earn even more in this.
Yeah. I think this Portugal is definitely not looking the best, I guess. If he's able to get a 13 colony player, or maybe even a Canada player, seeing that there's only really one other person that can compete with him for, I guess, North America, really. But without those players, I guess he's just going to be a snack for Italy whenever Italy decides to. Still allied with Italy, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But I guess there isn't much to say about Portugal. Then I guess it's going to be hard for him to make anything happen. But I mean, as long as he has Italy's protection, he's still able to do things. It's just, do the dead players want to play colonies? So I think that should be done for now with him. So let's go to Mr. Pasta Man, Italy. So we see there is a specific, or a blue country that is now chopped up into 3 pieces. So as I guess many people expected, Italy, Hesse, and Lubeck to some extent all decided that they wanted their chunk of France, and France has been chunked up. So Italy should be looking pretty. 300 income, making 100 in the balance, manpower of over 400k, and a force limit of 350. So quite the strong country. Diplomatically wise, currently at war with a bankrupt Ottomans, so I believe all of this North or Egypt area will soon belong to him. I guess as another sort of recap going on, there was a long war involving Ottomans, Austria, and Bukhara, who is no more, and Italy at one point assisted Austria with crossing into Anatolia by decking their own war, sending galleys over, and then white piecing, I believe. So I think Italy has definitely had a hand in the downfall of this Ottomans player.
Ottomans were already in trouble before that because the Balkans were breaking away and he could never cross, even before Italy intervened.
Yes, that is very true. This Ottomans was. I'm not sure if everyone would agree, but there were some questionable decisions slash some bad diplo or whatnot. But Italy had the option of siding with the Ottomans or siding against them, and they chose to take the easy option of siding against the weaker player. And so the Ottomans is going to be in quite a bit of trouble from now on. Other, I guess, small things to note: Italy did manage to pick up some land from from the Balkanization of the Balkans. They've got Albania and a little bit of Montenegro here. As for other things, like they should be quite good on their buildings. No, they seem to be missing a lot, despite their income. Well, I'm not really sure. Probably a little bit of building to be done, but I guess like this Italy has just exploded so far. Like he is the number one great power. He's got almost 2k dev. I think this is like the strongest Italy we've ever seen, or at least since I've been around. So, hats
In
off.
a holiday game, Italy that was stronger, maybe.
Which one?
Holiday game, maybe
Oh,
Italy then was stronger. Not sure though.
well, that was before my time. So Italy currently allied with Sokoto and Portugal. Because it doesn't have to start any wars anytime soon. Or well, I guess he's already gonna take land from the Ottomans, so yeah, probably doesn't need any player wars beyond this. He can mop up the rest of Egypt. He's still got a nice chunk of France to eat for himself, a little bit of cleaning in North Africa, and then I guess it's really what target does he take? Does he want to put Portugal out of its misery, go against Austria or the Germans in the north? So I think, yeah, he doesn't really have any enemies right now. And yeah, I think like his only potential enemies are Austria or Hesse. Maybe if Sokoto decides to go north, but Sokoto would need help with that. So I think yeah, Italy probably looking to be one of the strongest we have here. Let's take a quick look at his neighbor to the north, Hesse. Hesse income, actually not so far behind Italy. Italy was like 310, and we're about 70 behind that, so that's well done by Hesse. Got our good chunk of champagne being eaten up. And I guess the big thing that we can see here, we've got a trade deal active with Lubeck, which is bringing in about 70 income, which is so 13 ducats being sent out of Champagne, plus 30 going out of Rhineland. So I guess others can be the judge if that's a fair deal or not. We've got significantly less manpower than Italy, and our force limit also about 100 behind. So not a weak country, but looking at what compared to our neighbor, that might be a little bit scary. Buildings wise, I think that should be basically fully built. Yeah. Yeah. No.
He can form Westphalia pretty much at any point when he wants to end. He just doesn't do it, so he gets the 5% death cost from Hesse.
Can't he form Hanover?
If he needs to swap to Lower Saxon, he does have a few provinces, but I mean it's just 3.
Okay.
Like culture
And
swapping.
it's fine, I guess they're essentially equivalent.
The other thing that he can do is form France. I think that's probably a stronger tag, no? We're Francians about 8%.
Well, I assume he needs like provinces from Italy for that.
Does he? I don't know. I don't feel like I think you really only need like the north and central stuff. So the biggest thing for him is if he can borrow all of the Francian culture provinces. Italy's got a few of them. Lubeck's got 1 or 2 of them. So, I mean, if he keeps friendly relations and they allow him to do that, that's an option. Otherwise, just allied with Lubeck for now with the trade deal. I think that makes sense for him, but I think as soon as well, I guess really any time he's ready to go to war, it's just what does he want to do? Because Lubeck is an option for now, but Lubeck likely to be protected by Austria, who he has a trade deal with. Italy is an option if you get Sokoto to go in from the south, although I think if Portugal get involved, they just block the straits, and there's not much Sokoto can do to protect you. So I think Hesse a little bit blocked in despite eating half of France. So it's going to take some diplo shifting to find a way to go. He's got, I guess, 3 real options unless he wants to fight other people's wars. And I guess other things note, he is reformed. Because reformed is got a nice buff in the mod. You get 5 dev cost if you are on this mode, the stability mode. On trade, you also get 10 goods produced. I think that's the new one. And war gives you extra manpower, which is not bad at all. Have a little bit of loans for no real reason. The other thing that he can also just sit and wait ideas. We are finishing our innovative ideas now. I'm not really sure if this is the best one to go for right now. What do you think?
I would say admin, maybe, or religious even.
Yeah, I think admin makes more sense, wouldn't it? Maybe even protectionism, considering he's in a high production zone.
Yes, I would agree. I think, admin or protectionism makes sense. Being the fact that he's just kind of sitting around deving, I think admin might make more sense, just so you could spend your dip points on dev.
Does he have enough enough merchants?
Well, he's got 3, which is...
He needs to move his trade. Oh, wait,
no, he's got a trade deal.
Isn't he? Okay, then protectionism all the way, I think, would have been best for him.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, not too
Or
late
admin.
to change.
Admin is always interesting.
Yeah, innovative isn't bad at all. Cheaper advisors is always good, and I guess the tech cost is also pretty good. You can take your mill, if you're taking mill tech ahead of time, you can take it even further ahead of time with that. So maybe get an extra year or 2 of fighting ahead of tech if you do choose so. But yeah, not much else to say, I think, for our German. So let's move to the north. We have Lubeck, who is not doing too badly on money at all, as one can see. Allied and has a trade deal with Austria and Hesse. Basically has consolidated the English Channel node and gotten northern France from the aforementioned French corps. I'm not sure. Okay, next idea obviously is going for trade, as that makes sense. Currently at war with the Ottomans, but has only sent boats to assist Austria in crossing. Biggest choice coming up for Lubeck, probably. As for those that may not know, the rules as stated currently, Lubeck is only allowed 1 trade deal with 1 nation after the age of absolutism starts. So once 1610 comes around, Lubeck will be forced to choose between Hesse and Austria to maintain the trade deal, or switch a tag to something that can fight wars more or less by itself. There are a few options. Lubeck could swap to English or Dutch and then swap back to Lower Saxon to form Hanover, or can go ahead and form Ireland first. So that is, a decision on that is still some time away. Integrating Northumberland, which will be done fairly soon. Manpower is not too great, as it is Lubeck, so there's no manpower, no mill ideas other than manpower recovery in the set, so we should expect the military to look fairly low. Land force limit is quite good, almost 300, a little bit higher than Hesse. As for buildings, it is basically fully built, as one would think. A few provinces missing here and there, because I'm a terrible player. But, oh yeah, also considering have a colony up in Greenland just to get some range, maybe try and mop up, get a Canadian colony going, but if there's no players around, that might not be, I mean, worth fighting a war over. But it is an option as well. As for future expansion paths, bordering Ruthenia to gain control of the Baltic and potentially start stealing money from Novgorod is an option. Can also potentially go into Hesse and sort of fix this like long, thin country for some strategic depth, or even joining up and fighting Austria to get Bohemian land and splitting other parts with Hesse or Italy is an option.
We should move on.
Yeah. Take a look now at the last of the three Germans that lives, Austria, currently at war with the Ottomans. So I guess go a little bit more in depth. Or would you like to explain now, Kent, or should I just explain the Austrian perspective? This whole Ottoman situation.
Yeah, sure. The war started. Well, let's just start. Ottomans, Austria, and Bukhara were at war at the very beginning of the session, but it was already a peace treaty had already been made in between sessions, so that was fine. Then a bit later, after was it Bukhara bankrupted, been invaded by Russia, Ottomans declared again. Austria defended again, which meant that once the Ottoman army, the entire army, was over in Persia sieging stuff down, Austria occupied the entire Balkans. And the Bukharan army at the time just marched through Russia to get to the Balkans. And then the Ottomans had a problem that with max ticking war score, they were stuck at 30 to 40% war score, not enough to stab it, not enough to do anything. Which meant that the Ottomans had separatists breaking away in the Balkans. Of course, Bukhara had the exact same. And in the end, or rather a bit later, first almost, Italy got war, Austria crossed, went a bit back and forth. In the end, Ottomans peaced out, giving away Wallachia, and Austria then vultured some of the Balkans. This war right now is a truce break by Austria against the Ottomans, which are bankrupt after fighting that war, I believe, over force limit and also fighting Italy at the same time.
Yeah, I guess pretty much it. So I guess unless someone comes to the Ottomans' aid, which I guess they can't, and no point with a bankrupt country. We're gonna see a pretty disgusting peace deal out of Austria. They're probably just gonna like take a crossing or something.
They can snake a crossing and take both sides of the strait.
Yeah.
No, they can take bigger too.
Yeah. I mean, whatever they do, it's going to be gross, and it's probably going to kill the Ottomans, because so Ottomans, they will, I mean, and if they somehow get Russian support, they can live. But then they're going to lose Alexandria to Italy. They're losing a good chunk of their main home trade node to Austria, and making like what they have on the European side like undefendable, basically. So they're going to be a bit of Anatolia, Aleppo, Basra, and I guess they can eat some AI in Persia off of Bukhara's corpse. But I mean, don't Anatolian pips start falling off now, so they're going to unfortunately be quite weak, but I guess we'll take a closer look. Austria, otherwise really good building. Going, just waiting, saving up money for our, what is it, Tech 15 should be soon. Come on. My game seems to have a mini freeze. There we go. Yep. Next tech is Soldier's Household, so a good time to start banking up that cash. And otherwise, looking like quite a strong nation. If he stays friends with Lubeck, the trade deal is making him good bits of money. Only problem is still this obscene Russia to the east that could support Ruthenia against him, or just decide that Austria's too big and start annoying him. So, speaking of Ruthenia, let's go ahead and look at our formerly Polish player that's got quite the Russian penetration still. This is a little bit odd. Just hasn't taken tech. What's going on here? Or wait, no, never mind. He's just a little bit behind. We just don't have money to embrace yet. So never mind. I was a little bit more freaked out than I should be. Oh, we have everything given to the nobility now. Although crown line's a little low for what reason? But I noticed that income, I guess for Ruthenia this size doesn't seem too bad. Because yeah, we still have this goods produce thing going on. That's good. I think Ruthenia has been doing a pretty good building campaign. They haven't really done anything other than finish up eating AI Sweden. Yeah, they're. I think they've been fed a good bit of money by Russia. Yeah, like basically everything that they want to build has been built. Their force limit is also quite good at 122. We haven't started our next idea, but I think that should probably be protectionism, just for that little bit of extra money that you get going in. You need the production efficiency, the goods produced. I mean, it's still crappy goods, but when you're in this region, any money helps. We see still leaking a good bit of money towards Lubeck, but it's much better than it used to be. It's good for him, but diplomatically, I don't think Ruthenia's situation has changed much. They're still allied with this absolutely massive Russia, who kind of holds their fate in their cards. All of Ruthenia's neighbors are stronger than them in a 1 versus 1. So, I mean, Russia doesn't seem to have done anything yet for Ruthenia, other than, well, I mean, money may have been sent. I don't really know how much. I can't say. But Russia has fought some wars, but they've all been kind of opportunistic, ganky wars, and none of them have benefited Ruthenia. So, I guess Ruthenia Play still needs to find a way to either unite other people against Russia to expand that way, or they need to somehow convince Russia to help them push to the west. Although, I mean, they could get opportunistic here. If Ottomans is dying, they could probably roach his corpse if he's bankrupt. Like, they wouldn't be able to take good land or land that's valuable or useful to them. But like, if they take a chunk out of Crimea, it's still land, so that's of benefit. Also, I guess a small thing, maybe want to build another fort or two in this area if you think you're going to be at odds with the Germans, just so. I mean, this is all really good land. It's all high dev manpower. It's where this is the money land for Ruthenia, so you don't want it to get occupied for free without a fort to slow people down. I don't think much else to say, so we can move on to the big green boy in the room, who is, yeah, just full greeting it out. He's got no real reason to be scared of anything right now, just all his forts off. Has not yet chosen his next idea? Oh my god! And he went for theocracy. I didn't see that.
So he needed more manpower.
Yeah. This 500k manpower nation needs infinite manpower. What to say? Money wise, I guess this is this is pretty good for Russia. It's not as great as it can be, but I think he's done quite the good job. I guess fur manufacturers haven't popped down yet, so that's to be expected. Has most of Samarkand and is probably going to finish that up, annexing Kazakh, his super big vassal, and I believe, yeah, he's over the course of this session, I think he fought 2 wars to just get free 100% off of Bukhara. One of which
Yes.
I think there was one bankrupt war, and then he truce broke to get another 100.
No, he did not truce break. He allied Mewar, which
Ah,
I guess we can take everything about Bukhara now.
sure.
Yeah. What happened for Bukhara is essentially there was the beginning war with the Ottomans, bankruptcy, declared war upon by Russia, get defended by Shimazu, get fully occupied by Russia. Mewar declares peace out with Russia, give him 100%, go and take 100, go and kill Mewar, take 100%. Everything's fine for Bukhara. Wait a bit later, truce breaking Mewar, because why not? And then Russia allies Mewar to join the war and demands 100% to leave the war. That's how he got 200% in about 5 years.
Gross. Well, as for I guess next idea groups for Russia, I think trade is worth considering just because this is like mega single player Russia, so you can place those merchants in.
You don't need to. You can just make trade companies.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Siberia trade company yet? Everything there's trade company?
Uh,
Yeah, we code stuff.
some of it is.
He basically just needs like that's like the easiest trade node to make a trade company. He hasn't assigned any TC, I don't think.
I guess not. Well, I think it's just bugged from tabbing over other countries. It's not displaying how much he needs for it. But yeah, probably a good point. Maybe it's probably admin then just to up his gov cap because it's not showing because the game is buggy. But
I think he's probably quite fine on GovCap. What's his ideas at the moment?
his idea, he's got offensive, econ, theocratic. So I mean, I think it's either admin or protectionism ideas next.
I think protectionism makes more sense. He's all about needing to build that economy.
Yeah, that's true. And plus, when fur goes up, that's going to be time to go. He seems to have built, or wait, our fur should he already have fur? Oh no, he's just about to take it. He'll be able to. Yeah, now he can build those fur factories. Yeah, 1 ducat per factory. Holy crap. And he does have money banked up to build like 20 of them instantly, so that's going to be quite the econ boost for him. Soldiers' households also coming online, so I think like this Russia not quite as strong as Italy, despite having a slightly obscene force limit. Although Skanderbeg said that was higher for whatever reason. Don't know. Skanderbeg is weird, but yeah, I think Russia definitely strong contender for just being absolutely monstrous Chad nation, able to do what he wants. He holds fate of Ottomans and Ruthenia in his hands, more or less. But I guess he could go in, join the bankruptcy, feeding frenzy, and he can just snag Persia for himself, and that's another bunch of money he can feed into Astrakhan. Or he can think that Ottomans might be a useful ally to keep strong against Austria, to keep them contained. Also a buffer between Italy. which is kind of funny. Italy dividing, or Ottomans dividing Italy and Russia. But he's got options. The thing that he does need to look out for is that he could face some sort of global coalition. Maybe Germans in the west want to move east at the same time that Nepal and Japan want to move into the west. Because he did pick a small fight with Nepal, who lost some land to Russia, I think. I don't know, there aren't any cores left over. But, yeah, I mean, looking like absolutely terrifyingly strong nation. Move on to the Ottomans, who is currently bankrupt, and we've heard he got accidentally roached by Bukhara into what may end up being a death spiral. He's currently being attacked by 2 players. He's going to have to give up 100% to each of them. Guess the good news for him is that he doesn't have an immediate threat to his east. So while, I mean, worst case scenario is Italy and Austria keep vulturing him, then Russia joins and Ethiopia joins. Best case is he only loses 100 from Austria and Italy, and that he's able to somewhat stabilize in Anatolia, Aleppo, Basra, and Persia. If he does that, he'd definitely be on the weaker side compared to most of his neighbors, but he would still be alive. Hasn't started his next idea group due to bankruptcy, and he's got problems, but it's not completely unfixable. Yeah, like, I don't think there's I mean, you're gonna lose 100 to Austria here. I think you just uncon unless you somehow get Russia to or Russia and Ruthenia to defend you, but I think the time has passed based on the war. It's been 2 years. Well, it depends on the month, so maybe you've got some time to do some post-session diplo and negotiate a Russian entry to defend. But if that doesn't happen, you just gotta uncon to Austria. Hope that Italy doesn't take more than Alexandria, and then you gotta find ways to defend yourself, because I think Ethiopia might be seeing this as an easy expansion route, or easier expansion route than betraying Sokoto.
I mean, Ethiopia also have a holy site in Ottomans.
Yep, yeah. I mean, yeah, Alexandria, and there's the Armenia one. So I think that's all quite good, but I don't think there's much really that this Ottomans can do.
I mean, the Ottomans suffered from not having enough buildings. Like, it expanded really fast, but it didn't really build up anything.
Oh yeah, it's got like no force limit buildings.
Yeah, so like it was really good in the beginning, but you're just falling behind on building so much.
Oh yeah, ouch.
Because you're already starting to lose, or you already lost your advantage.
Yeah, it's less income than Ruthenia. Yeah, I mean, it's not completely unsalvageable, but it isn't gonna be pretty. I think you need to get Russia as a protector. Like, Russia's already protecting Ruthenia. Maybe they can protect you too. Like, you still got a lot of dev. And, like, how much is the whole country to take? Yeah, it's 1,500 to take, so 200 isn't the end of the world. But if you get another 100 or another... if it goes beyond that, then it might just be time to bow out. Now let's continue on to the east and look at this absolute dumpster fire of India. Like,
yeah, I mean, is there still anyone alive? I think Mewar is still alive.
Yeah.
Malaya.
Malaya is the strongest country in India, confirmed. So, oh my god, and we haven't finished our quality ideas. Okay, that...
It went bankrupt.
Yeah, I think there was a few. May have been more than one bankruptcy here.
Yeah.
So I think our prediction from our last podcast went more or less correct. Oh, what is this? Oh, just defending Diviet. I don't. Well, so Bengal at the start of the session, Bengal and Mewar were at war, and we had thought that Bengal was going to win the war, but I guess somehow Mewar brought out the skills and really went ham and won the war themselves. But what they may have needed to do. Oh, hold on. Okay, so the Indians by fight. I don't think they didn't kiss and made up, but they kept being hostile, and I don't think they had any friends beyond that. And Mewar got into wars with Bukhara, which I guess had mixed results, being that we don't have like all of Persia. Haven't even finished up Punjab yet. And Bengal is obviously looking to be in even worse shape than us, so perhaps the better play would have been to make up with Bengal and defend India from the non-Indians and come to a more equitable split. Ooh, we haven't even embraced it. But anyway, this country is only 60 income with 100 manpower. Force limit less than 100, so... Yeah, I don't know how alive this country is. Like... It's weaker than the Ottomans, who's currently bankrupt and being truce broken by Austria. Siam's gonna take all of Bengal. Malaya's gonna take all of Coromandel and move into the Deccan. And were I Nepal, I'd just walk through the Himalayas and grab Lahore and maybe Doab. It's not exactly good for borders or trade setup, but it's really good land for money, manpower, buildings, dev. So, I mean, this country's kind of playable, especially if Russia defended you once. Maybe you're currently allied with them, so maybe they defend you again, and if Mewar is able to consolidate Doab, Lahore, Hormuz, Persia, they can be strong, but it's going to be like 50 years before they catch up. And in that time, we're going to have Mega Siam, Mega Malaya, which I don't think Russia will really defend you against. So, I mean, it's once again salvageable, but it is dependent on bowing down to Russia and getting help. So, obviously this Bengal is completely dead. Who's the... Oh, I think it's at war with its vassals or just AI? I don't know. Well, let's move ahead.
I think it was AI at the end of the session, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I would have jumped off of this. It's all intents and purposes completely dead. It lost all the trade centers in its home node. It's just gone. So, Siam, not actually allied with Machapad. I thought they were, but maybe...
We are politically allied. We just had some Defender of the Faith schematics that made us break alliance, and we just forgot to re-ally.
Yeah, because... Okay, so Majapad's here, so you guys just... What happened? Did you gank Bengal during the war or after the war, or what happened?
I'm not sure if there even was a single war between Mewar and Bengal, but we ended up hard ganking in on him 3v1, which, well, wasn't pretty, but for me at least, for Malaya, it was politically perfect to kill India as hard as possible.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for you. Although, yeah, I mean, you just collect in Coromandel and tell Siam to knock it off steering out of Malacca.
Obviously. Me and Sam are pretty much committed allies at this point. It's the good old like naval and land tag friendship.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Siam opting for protectionism ideas next. Uh, it's probably fine. Although I may have, I think maybe admin has something to say, just so that because you get that core cost reduction pretty early on in admin, and yeah, where is it? Yeah, it's second 30% reduction with along with the policy means you core land basically for free, and you're just going to be taking 100 from Bengal, 100 from Bengal, and basically all this AI India now. So I think even if you didn't finish admin ideas, that'll speed up your consolidation. Manpower wise, doing pretty good, and we do have those disgusting Siamese ideas. A little bit low end of on the force limit. Yeah, we don't. Still a lot of force limit buildings to do. That should probably be a priority. Although yeah, got some good factories to build. Do we have? Oh, we're behind on Diplotech. That's why we need Tech 14 to start building those ivory and tropical woods factories, of which we have quite a bit. So yeah, and Malacca doing, or Machpat doing you a solid, not stealing really any of your money at all out of Siam. So that's pretty great for you. Like, I think this country is going to look very good in about 20, 30 years. Or just, this is Bengal, assuming everything that's Bengal itself is you, that's another 400 dev here. You got another 100, 200 here. So we're going to be a 1,500 dev country quite quickly. Oh, but wait, what the what is this?
Well, we just died. Oh,
No.
yeah, that's
90?
idea. Does he have Venom? Wait, advisor
No.
costs 50. Well, Theravada does.
Well,
do
it's
that,
something.
yeah.
Because no, it's the advisor itself is 95% cheaper. So what is that? Is that an event advisor?
So it's probably an event advisor.
Yeah.
First of all, he has 10% from religion, 10% from reform, some from trading in tea, I think.
Yeah, like he can run
Yeah.
this half off advisor for 10 ducats. So
That is,
if you've got any
that
other,
is amazing mana economy. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even have innovative idea, so that would have been gross.
Doesn't even need them.
Yeah, so yeah, I think with that, if you have no reason not to run level 5 advisors now, especially if Wajapah is able to feed you a bit of money, your economy is a little bit on the low side, so if
Spoiler alert, he won't.
All right. Well, maybe it's time to reconsider that alliance. But no, yes.
Not sure he's in a position to reconsider it. MSA.
It is okay. I wasn't sure if it changes the tag itself.
No.
All
Just
right.
a name.
So we are now Machapat, now Malaya, and we have these Malayan ideas for the disgustingly good navy going on. Yep. 15 morale of navies, but I guess as we saw with Portugal, I don't think you really have any naval threats other than Japan to your north.
Japan's pretty much a net grand nation at this point. I pretty much have no naval threats, period.
Yeah. Well, how many heavies do you have?
60 something. Oh no,
you
only
31.
30, so.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that
more than enough.
Yeah, the only country with a navy to equal yours is Lubeck, and Lubeck doesn't give two shits about you.
Yeah, obviously. I have 400 naval force limit. Like, if I need to commit to navy, I can. But I have other priorities. This nation is actually pretty poor right now, all things considered.
Yeah, it's only 200 income. I would have thought it should be a bit higher. But
well, I have no manufacturers, first of all. Like, absolutely none.
Yeah, and we're not built up, and we don't have... Jeez.
I'm having stashed up, which is a problem, yes.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure, but I guess once you get these spice manufacturers down, this Tech 14 is going to be huge.
obviously. I also need to actually start up on eco ideas. Once I do that, then I can start hitting deving. Like, I haven't really deved. This nation has 100 dev cooks.
Yeah, that's understandable. There's just so much land, and it's also rather poor land to dev. Like, it's almost all jungle.
No, there's a lot of grassland in 1.31.
Yeah.
Like a fuckload of grassland, actually.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very good.
All of Java's
Dev
grassland now. What?
Yes.
Jeez.
And I also get the estate edict that gives me reduced dev cost on jungles. But yeah, going into India because no one else would, so why not?
Yeah, no reason not to just get Coromandel. I mean, it's freaking
Is rich.
Yeah, you don't have a merchant collecting that trade.
No, I probably should fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I think... Yeah, maybe get...
Yeah,
I don't
drop
know.
it from Australia. Australia is my player colony, so yeah, I don't really need to be pulling from that anyway.
Just wondering why the trade power isn't higher here. Maybe you just need to up the trade centers a
Yeah,
bit.
I do.
Okay.
Like,
Or
there's
is
actually
your home node is still in Moluccas, yeah. So that's affecting
Yeah.
it. So no, yeah. Once you move it there, that'll help.
Like, this nation surprisingly still needs a lot of cash to consolidate. Like, I need better advisors. I need to upgrade trade centers. I need to tier 3 a monument. I have a dev cost monument that I need to finish.
Gee. Oh, you're 150 over extension
Yeah,
too.
that too.
Gee.
I have a bunch of rebels popping. Eating India is expensive.
Yeah. Wait, did you have the core?
It also doesn't show. I
core
don't.
core cost.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that.
But I mean,
I'm also way over gov cap. I might actually need to give out state privileges for gov
yeah,
cap soon.
you should. You're at 30%. So if you're able to shoot out
Take
some of these,
something.
oh, yeah,
off
and
of
you're
those.
still Hindu. That's nice.
I mean, I just get Defender of the Faith for the rest of the game. No reason to switch out of it.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, it's strong country, but as you said, still.
Needs another session of manufactories and deving, and
Yeah, and
we'll see from there.
consolidating India. I guess all Cormandel's yours. You can probably kill Mewar whenever you want for Deccan itself too, and then you can really be a land power.
Yeah, thing is, I'm not built to be a land nation, so I'm not sure how hard I should really commit into like eating continental land.
Well, I mean, land is land, but I guess it's what else? What else do you do? So
Yeah,
you've
true.
consolidated your entire area. You've got your player colony on like this massive Australia now. So I guess options are you eat free land in India, or you turn on Siam and try and eat that land, or
It makes no
fight-
sense.
yeah, or you
To
fight
West
Japan for islands and other things. / his
I-
colonial holdings.
Yeah, I can finally start maybe looking at the new world.
Yeah, I mean, like Inca's corpse
Then again-
is available to eat.
Yeah. Then again, Sokoto is strong.
Yeah, like I mean, you're definitely getting there a bit late. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's move on to the Nepalis. Oh, it's NPL. So we have Shun, who formed Nepal for some quite nasty ideas, combined with his government form. Like, gee, these ideas are just freaking nutso. Oh, how's his econ doing? Not too great. I guess kind of what you expect. He does have... Not really sure why he's not sending this money into Beijing. Move your home node here. I think that would help increase your income a little bit. You're not really going to be leaking much. Does have this good chunk of India here, so allied with Siam and Japan. So this just kind of, one, having this big chunk of Bengal, which I think Siam wants, and meaning that you can cut him off, confine him to the coast, and eat all of Doab and Lahore. This kind of makes me think we might have a Siam Machapahet versus Nepal and Japan setup going on here. Don't know exactly what happened, but may have lost some provinces to Russia with this kind of weird push here for Yumen Trade Center. We also have Yarkand as a vassal. That's got some nice cores on Russia. Working to integrate a vassal, and we are spying on Machapahit. It's interesting. Oh, whoa. Really behind in... Okay, well, I guess this makes sense for... when we did our culture... Yeah, there was a lot of culture converting that went on, and we probably had to destate half our country. So I suppose that is understandable. Although, oof, yeah, not getting any printing press anywhere, that's going to hurt. What go? Oh, we are still a peasant republic. I think this may have been a throw. Nepal's great. Being the peasant republic is great. I guess... See, what I'm thinking is... I'm thinking that maybe... forming... Culture shifting... Yeah, culture shift Nepal, but then don't form Nepal. So you still have the access to the Tibet missions, so that you could go theocracy. So you get that theocracy for...
culture.
Sorry?
Check his current culture.
Wait, what the fuck is going on here? What, we get banners from that? We do get banners from that. What the crap? Well, how good are banners, though? We almost never see them. Where are our banners? Well, it's all Cav, so that's kind of an issue, and we don't really have good Cav ideas. Unless, yeah. Well, we got Pluto Econ Quantity. Not going to get a next idea group for a while due to tech. Yeah, I think we may have gone a little bit too hard into the memes and or finding like the best possible thing. So I'm not sure how much that really cost. Yeah, it looks like converted a fair bit into Manchu as well. So that's a lot of points down the drain. I think we probably would have been a lot stronger if we were just Nepal with theocracy. I'm interested to see what happens or how we go. Qing Dynasty. I mean, do we get anything particularly great for forming Qing? Like Nepal ideas are definitely better, correct?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe does he get accepted culture of all of China?
Yeah, he gets that.
He already has that. It's already empire rank.
Yeah. So you get Qing. No. We keep our religion, whatever. What happened? We do get these missions, and there's some pretty good missions here. Like there's a... What is it? There's a morale mission, yeah. Although you need a lot of Japanese land to do that. I don't know. It seems weird to me. I think that may have been a mistake, but... are we at least doing okay on buildings? No, we are not. Yeah, I think this country is a lot weaker than it should be. I mean, he has time to catch up if he maintains friendly relations with Japan and Siam, can take some really good land in India, and he's still got Nepal ideas. Plus Peasant Republic, so that's not bad either. I think that's a lot of 5 morale from that. But I don't know. I think that was a questionable decision, but let's move on. Quickly look at Japan, allied with Qing, and has some crazy ass colonies doing crazy ass things because things are weird in the mod. And Alaska's expanded outside of what should be his area well into Louisiana and Canada. I mean, are we going to allow that to stand?
Most of it will be released as natives again. Some parts will be seized to Japan. Some border provinces he'll be allowed to keep.
Okay. So, uh, yeah, I guess just a colonial player getting bored, as they often do. As for Japan itself, doing pretty good on buildings, it looks like. Some more to do. Oh, not a lot of regimental camps built. So we did finally form Japan, but we have kept our Shimazu ideas. So this makes me think we're going to be try to go land. Mostly protectionism ideas, looking also pretty good. But being that we are land, and after seeing the state of Nepal, this kind of makes me think that a rapid shift in diplomacy could see most of China going Japan's way. So we are at 200 force limit, just under 300k manpower, with a lot of force limit buildings to build. We are also up on tech, whereas Nepal is not. We're starting our ideas. Income is also about 100 ducats higher, so in a 1 versus 1, the Nepal player doesn't stand a chance if that were to happen. Because other than that, I don't really see many expansion paths open to Japan, unless they want to fight Russia in Siberia.
I mean, killing Qing would also mean strengthening Russia. That's not in my interest.
Yeah, that is true. And the other thing is unless you unite.
By the way, the force limit is very deceiving. Go to colonial interactions and change Anilaska to Crown Colony.
Yeah, we know this.
Yeah, it's around 400k right now. If you do it with both colonies and do the policy.
Which is just a little bit silly. We went over this last time.
Yeah. But there's something new. Yeah, and then the other colony, and then you have 400. There's something else fancy about Japan if you go into the decisions. I got the Iko-Iki crisis. And then the last decision, the Divine Wind. Click it. And I think it's the second one. Yep.
Oh. Yikes.
So if shit hits the fan, go to my capital, accept the rebels. Because I'm now in some weird Buddhism type. Click the rebel stack and go accept demands of them. Just accept demands, go back to Shinto. Now I'm a theocracy, 10 morale. Then the last one, 5 discipline. Yep.
Yeah, plus your Shimazu ideas, I think. Jesus Christ. How much ICA? It's 25 ICA, 120 discipline now, plus the 5 that we'll get from the policy later on. So.
Okay, the ruler is strict right now. That helps a bit.
Oh yeah, hot damn, that's nice. So yeah, definitely going to be a strong land power, but I guess my big question is, if you're not killing Qing because you don't want this massive frickin' Russia to be your main neighbor / threat, then what are we doing with this awesome army? We are going to expand into Aztec and get to Mexico?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, if we're keeping Qing alive, this might be the thing to do. You just say Japan is the owner of North America, because there's no way that Portugal could compete.
Allied to Aztec, by the way.
Apparently you are, but I mean, allies can change, especially if they are Vilgot. So, I mean, yeah, like you got options. I think you're probably the
If
strongest.
Russia stops being so threatening, maybe some stuff ends. But
Yeah, I think Majapahit definitely is your sort of
same as my
main.
Persia game, I'm usually not out for the kills. I'm out for the interesting wars.
You're kind of quiet. You're sounding like some muffled.
I'm sounding muffled. Okay.
Yeah, stop standing so far away.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry, I will get a new headset soonish.
It's okay. But yeah, it seems like Majapahit's your main like immediate rival, or like the only person that's as strong as you. You're definitely stronger than Qing. You're definitely stronger than Siam.
Yeah, Majapahit is kind of polar opposite. I can't compete with him on the seas.
Yes.
But he can't compete with me on the land.
Yeah, so I think...
So it's... Okay, if he tries to land somewhere, I hire mercenaries and he gets stag wiped. Yay. And if I try to step on water, I get blown out of it. So that's...
Yeah, so I think it's kind of just a standoff. You just kind of ignore each other.
No, have you tried covering your soldiers in oil and let them float down there?
Yeah. Right. The Danish approach.
Yeah, I mean, I think North America is, probably the best option unless you make deals with Russia, but, half the world wants to make deals with Russia, and you can only do so many.
Why bend the knee? It's just feeding the strongest nation the game.
Exactly. So.
If you feel threatened by Russia, you are free to ask Japan for support of independence.
Well, I think there's a lot of people that.
Ruthenia is a bit far away to do that.
Ruthenia's still alive, but Russia definitely offered him the raw end of a stick, like the raw end of the deal. Like, holy crap! All right, so now we're near the end. We got Sokoto here. Ooh, that's a really good king. Congrats on that. Big thing that Sokoto did is killed the Inca, so there was some sort of conflict. Aztec supported Inca, while Portugal and Sokoto killed them off. So now there is...
Wasn't Portugal on the native side?
No, Portugal was helping Sokoto, but I don't know how much was actual help and how much wasn't.
Okay.
So we're also killing the island of Man in Africa. So...
Yeah, some in down south also.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Why does this country...
Holy Roman Empire is leaving.
Yeah, it's in Africa. So, Sokoto income, not too bad, on par with a lot of the stronger countries that we've seen. As for ideas, oh yeah, we're blazing ahead in our ideas. I think, we definitely took, or Sokoto definitely took Tech 14 a bit ahead of time, just to finish Econ, because, they're not coring anything else. Currently allied to Italy and Ethiopia. Is this all trade companies? No.
Ethiopia trade power?
I don't think so. No, they're not.
Okay. Then, never mind.
Yeah, but closer to the mic.
Oh, it is trade company. Okay, well the coast is trade companies, but the inside isn't, which feels kind of weird. If you're not going to make them trade companies, at least make them states, even if you'd rather wait to fully core them, just so you can get, prosperity ticking.
He's most likely buff as GovCap and didn't see the notification that he can core something.
Yeah, could be that too. It's easy to miss, so... we've got Crown Land to spare, so I think you can easily give the GovCap privilege away. Blah, blah, blah. Why am I doing this?
To the merchant.
Yeah, so this seems to be, like, Sokoto, we've got South America on lockdown. We do have a Brazilian player, I believe. But I guess are we going to get a Peru, Colombia, and La Plata or not? Because if he does get multiple players on colonies, then I think he can very easily overpower Ethiopia and possibly even Italy if he can somehow get across the strait. So, I don't. I guess his big thing to check is do we have our manufactory? Yeah. Well, we got a lot of yellow here and some still to build up. Okay, it's mostly green that's yellow, but I think it's probably time to go temple hunting if we haven't. Yeah, we got a lot of temples here and a lot of yellow provinces for factories. So that's probably our highest priority. We finish up South America, and then expansion route is either Italy or our friend in Ethiopia. And were I Ethiopia, I think, seeing Sokoto with all these colonies, that would definitely be making me nervous. Speaking of which, let's look at our African number 2. Ooh, quite the bank working up. And innovative ideas for now, which I think is not really necessary. Although, we are behind on that diptech. That's actually not good. Not for the thing, but because we need these ivory factories. This is going to be our big income boost, is building factories on ivory. So yeah, for that reason, maybe it's fine to go innovative. I would have said, if we had Tech 14, protectionism, I think would be the best one. Just, 10% goods produced on all our gold and ivory is going to be a lot of income. Speaking of which, oh yeah, we rich. That's 270. That's just a little bit below Italy's income and a lot of the stronger nations. I think Sokoto, I don't know if we're stronger than Sokoto or not. Force limit quite high. Built a lot of what we can, but still a lot to do. So yeah, save this bank up for Dip Tech 14 and take that as soon as you can. Also, I don't know if there was any deals with the Ottomans before, but I think it's likely in your interest to consider them now null and void and grab what you can of the Mamluks before Italy takes it, because I guess Italy will take 100 here, and he has got no reason not to just take what is left of the Mamluks before you can.
At least get the holy site in Alexandria.
Well, I don't think he's getting the holy site. It's Alexandria.
Isn't the Ottoman kind of hurting a lot?
Oh,
now?
Yeah.
Then you should definitely snipe Alexandria.
Yeah. No reason not to. This land is pretty good. It's dry land.
By the way, a small correction to your comment early on about the Inca War. Portugal helped on the Inca side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was Aztec, Inca, Portugal against Sokoto.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think Sokoto sent like 100 and something K over.
Oh, damn.
Portugal was there with a 40k stack, according to chat. So.
Okay. I remember thinking that Portugal was on their side. Excuse me. Other things that we can probably snipe Hormuz from the War's corpse, Basra from the Ottomans as well. No reason that all of this land couldn't just be Ethiopia. We're not going to get any more holy sites, I think, because Antioch, that's kind of far away. That's
if you're Alexandria from Antioch, it's just another war.
Yeah, but
we're not
going to get Alexandria.
Wouldn't say Ottomans is dead. Yeah,
no,
he can still come back.
They're not dead. But I think 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is Austria takes 100, Italy takes 100, Ethiopia eats the AI land, maybe takes 100, Austria comes back for 100, Italy does, and then Ethiopia just vultures. His Ottoman's path to living is Russia and or possibly Ethiopia keeping him alive.
Russia is Arivante, he will eat Ottomans himself, if anything.
Yeah, I think if this Russia...
I think did he had any friends throughout the game?
Not really. I think this was a bit of a Diplo oof.
Nah, it's more as he didn't go as strong as he could. Like
Yeah.
he got
Yeah.
so much land to eat, but he didn't build anything. He
Yeah,
just fell
they
behind.
could have built, but he could have, instead of those very expensive Bukhara wars, could have eaten Mamluks and built buildings. It would have been
Yeah.
a lot stronger.
Yeah, there was a lot of AI. Yeah, I don't know if it was he was trying to be the most optimal, or he just wanted to have fun player wars and was bored of playing an Ottomans. Like he had a pretty easy war against the Mamluks, from what I understand. So he could have like sprinted really far ahead and maybe run away with the game, but Bukhara, whatever happened with Bukhara, definitely slowed him down. All right.
Ottomans is always about surviving late game. So
Yeah. So now we'll look at our Aztec nation. I don't really know why we got. Wow, 38,000 manpower, and we've got quite a lot of income, actually.
there's not a lot of manpower in that region. So but his recovery is usually good as at 6.
Yeah, well, I mean, he hasn't built any barracks, so I guess that's partly why it's really low.
Yeah.
I mean, put
I
it
think
in-
it's still a bit small. The Inca would definitely slowed him massively down. I think he should try to get Panama from Incas. Just jump on the Inca stuff to get
Yes.
Panama and maybe Lima as much of it as possible.
Right.
He still go just North America, also fine. But I think the Inca lands is usually easier to eat.
Probably. Yeah, like Panama's definitely the most important for him.
Yeah. Or yeah, or at least down to the province of Panama to get the nice choke point.
Yep. Agreed.
Because Sokoto is obviously hostile.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say with his native. Like, I don't know if it's just like they're still native, so it's hard because he's not getting any spread. Like that might be
It doesn't spread in the printing press. Doesn't spread in the New World.
right, which maybe
He has
like
to buy it from someone,
and
or
everyone's
have it spread from Caribbeans over to him or something.
yeah. I'm just saying like he's still only 400 like 500 dev. This doesn't seem like it's grown very much at all since it's been on him. So I don't know if it's just the area or
And it's a New World. You can scale a lot.
sorry.
Fast. You can scale fast in New World usually, so it's okay-ish. But it could be a lot bigger. Yes.
Right. Well, we got some pretty cheap advisors. That's good. So I think that really, yeah, sort of does it for now. So the world's getting smaller. Lots of players have died. Like, geez. And the thing is, if the Ottomans is dead, if like Russia just decks on him, that I think that's just Ottomans dead, game over. Like almost all of India to Anatolia is free AI land. Or like,
Wait, Mira is not dead, is it?
I've it's 60 income, less than 100 force limit. It's not dead, but it will lose in a 1 versus 1 to literally anyone. It is currently allied to Russia. It is recoverable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, he has the buffer of Bengal. South Coromandel is a nice buffer, and then he can just eat into Hormuz maybe.
Yeah,
and Afghanistan, Lahore stuff, and then move on from there.
Yeah, he gets that, but he's still
Imagine end of last session, Siam was a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And now it's an okay nation, and same can happen to Mewa. So I wouldn't write it off yet.
Yeah, he's not doomed, but I think if Russia decides to cut him loose, he falls to literally anyone. But if Ottomans is gone, that's a good spot for him to rapidly expand into. So he's still in the game. It's just a little bit precarious. So I guess that does it for now. Russia being, oh my god, super terrifying. Italy also kind of like, Jesus Christ, super big. Austria's going to get there too, but I guess, yeah, Italy and Russia probably the two big superpowers. Lubeck being the economic powerhouse due to trade deals, however, but has no military to speak of. Well, that'll do it for all. Thanks for watching.
What did you say about Austria? Did you compliment its magnificent size?